Welcome, Wesley family. My name is Bryant Manning. I am privileged to serve as the brand new campus ministry director at the Wesley Foundation at FSU and TCC here in Tallahassee, Florida. I am brand new to Tallahassee and brand new to FSU, and I am really excited to be here. My wife and our two beautiful daughters are here with us, and they couldn't be more excited to be here. I wanted to take a second to update you a little bit about where Wesley is and what's going to happen in this fall semester. But no matter your relationship to Wesley, whether you are a brand new student or a current returning student or a parent or maybe just somebody who follows us from afar or an alum or whatever, I want to say a word of welcome and thank you for being here and spending some time to learn about what's going on at Wesley. Just like the Israelites in the desert, Wesley is in a bit of transition right now. And that transition is full of the things that every transition is full of. There's going to be a little wandering in the time. There's going to be a little pain. There's going to be a little roughness around the edges. And one thing that we maintain, just as the Israelites tried to and Moses led them with, is faith that God is going to carry them through. And I know, and we know as one community here, that God is at work in this place. We've got a lot of exciting things going on at the Wesley Foundation. The first of which is that we've done some physical improvements to our spaces. One of the things that we did is our apartment complex where our residential staff are housed. What we've done is we've given it a brand new roof this summer, a brand new roof over our entire 3,000 square foot complex. We've also given entirely new air conditioning units in all three of our apartments and complete new ductwork, so we're a lot more energy efficient and all of that sort of thing. These are helpful improvements on this space that will hopefully make living here and serving Wesley a more comfortable experience. What's before us now is the fall semester. And the fall semester, just like on every college and at every campus ministry, is usually full, particularly in August, full of all kinds of exciting events and things that go on. And the truth is that we will be able to do some of those things, and there are some things we're just not going to be able to do. As a for instance, one of the things that our community looks forward to the most is our beach retreat that happens in the beginning to the middle of fall semester. The truth is right now, it's just not safe for us to do any sort of big group retreat like that. And so we are going to take a year and a break away from beach retreat. And hopefully when spring comes around and we start to get into a place where we can be together safely, we will do a bigger retreat next semester for our students. And I can tell you, I've already told some of them this, and they are really looking forward to that. Now, there are two main places where Wesley gathers on a weekly basis, and those are essential and important to what it means to be the church here as the Wesley Foundation. And those two things are, unsurprisingly, I think for most of us, on Sunday nights and Wednesday nights. On Sunday nights is our main worship gathering, and for right now, we're going to remain online. We've got some creative ideas about how to engage with some people, and we're going to do shortened services online and hopefully engage with our community in that way on Sunday evenings. And our other main gathering is on Wednesday evening. It's community night. We usually have fellowship over dinner and then family groups and then even a late night gathering after that. And some of that we can still do. It's going to look very different, but we can still do it. Normally, Wednesday nights consist of a buffet-style meal that is cooked and prepared by our residential staff. We are still going to do a meal this semester. It's going to be free for the first time you come and $4 thereafter every single Wednesday night that school is in session, and we're taking that a week at a time. This year, though, we're going to do it outside. It's going to be pre-packaged food that has been prepared and boxed separately. It will still be free for the very first time you come and $4 thereafter. You can reserve a box on our website and you can pay for it ahead of time. That way we don't have to exchange as many credit cards and cash as possible in person. And then we're going to do dinner groups during it because we're going to miss some of that fellowship that you would normally have around a big table. We're really excited about these two opportunities, not only online worship and hopefully worship in person as soon as it's possible and safe, but also Wednesday night dinners and dinner groups along with that, so that we can still have an element of in-person fellowship, even if it has to be outdoors and that sort of thing. Of course, there are some things that we can still do online, including Bible studies and small groups, and all of that will be occurring. In fact, it's going to be ramped up here in this fall semester as a chance for us to engage virtually and online. And listen, we don't necessarily know exactly what the outcome of any one of those groups or experiences is, but we do know that if we place it in God's hands, God will do something big and exciting for this place. And so that's our hope and our prayer every single day, is that if we just hand this over to God, that God will do something in this place through these organizations and groups. And so we are ecstatic about that, even though we're not going to be able to exist in a lot of the same ways that we normally have. If you are watching this right now, I want to really heavily encourage you to engage with us on social media. We've got some new social media strategies and a brand new creative team that we just selected and chose, who are going to be working day in and day out to create new content on our Instagram and Facebook pages. You can follow us on Instagram at FSU Wesley, and if you just search Facebook for FSU and TCC Wesley Foundation, you can follow us there on our page, or you can even join the group, which will be a great place to engage with us on a daily basis. Now, for something that's on a lot of people's minds, we don't yet know what the football season's going to look like. As of right now, the Gator-Seminole game is a little up in the air. But I can assure you of this, we have already had the opening conversations with Gator Wesley about the Seminole Gator Showdown. They keep wanting to call it the Gator Seminole Showdown, but let's just call it the Seminole Gator Showdown. I mean, for real, right? We've already had some of the opening discussions with Gator Wesley about what that's gonna look like, and it's gonna be awesome. And it may have nothing to do with football, we're not really sure, but it's going to be fun, and we're going to utilize that as a way of building up both of our programs financially as well. And so keep your eyes and ears out for that. Again, you can find a lot of that on social media. I did want to make you aware of some of the safety precautions that we've put in place to protect each other and keep us healthy and safe in this time. We made the really hard decision that people that are not residential staff will not be able to visit our residential staff apartments. We already have enough residential staff living and enough people living in those spaces that it just doesn't feel safe to allow people who aren't living in that space into those apartments. In the same way, in the same vein, we have kept the Wesley building, our main building here at 705 West Jefferson, locked. That is not to say that the building is closed, it's just locked, even during the business day, so that you have to have a staff member to let you in. And one of those reasons is that just so that we can limit the amount of people who come in and out of the building. We do have a mask requirement inside the building, and so if you are inside the building, whether you are with a residential staff member, maybe in our living room area, or you're with a residential staff member maybe studying in our coffee shop or something like that, you're going to have a mask on. We have socially distanced all of the tables. We are trying to do our best to protect each other and our community in this time. Our first big event is this coming Wednesday night. We're calling it the Sidewalk Socially Distanced, and it's just a big block party and welcome event. It is limited to 50 people at a time, and we are going to take attendance and track that. We are also requiring masks, even though it's outdoors. We are requiring masks, and we will have some goodie bags. We won't be consuming food at the event, but we will have some goodie bags for people to take with them. And so if you just want to stop by and get to know Wesley just a little bit, this would have normally been our back to school barbecue event, but if you want to stop by and get to know Wesley a little bit, that would be really, really great to do that next Wednesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. Many of you have reached out to me and just said, hey, let me know how I can help. And we are super, super grateful that you would do that. And let me just invite you to think about this. The number one thing that you can do for us right now is pray. And if you'll pray for us and with us, that not only God will continue to move on this campus, but also that the souls of our students would not necessarily be overcome with the negativity and the frustration that can often happen in a time like this. Pray for our campus. Anybody who's been to college knows that the in-person college experience is unlike any other. And we want to preserve that just like everybody else at Florida State and across the nation. And so if you'll pray with us that our campus will make smart decisions, that our students will make smart decisions, that we can stay in school as long as possible. We're hopeful and expectant, but a little anxious about that. Some of you have asked about giving, and that is totally something that we would like you to take part in. And you can give at any time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at fsuwesley.com. And so I would encourage you that if you would like to give, you feel like God's calling you to give in this time, and you've been blessed in that way, we would love to receive that. So you can do that right on fsuwesley.com. Just click up in the top right-hand corner and say give. And you can give any amount. You can give it to our building fund, or you can give it to a general fund. Any of that goes to continue the ministry of this place. Lastly, I want you to have my contact information. I want you to know that you can contact me at any time. You can add me on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or anything like that. But you can also email me. My email is Bryant, Bryant, at fsuwesley.com. Or you can text or call me. This is my cell phone number, 863-660-3714. And please feel free to call or text whenever you need it. Or if you have a student who hasn't maybe connected on campus or something like that, I would love to personally reach out to them. And some of you have made some of those connections already, and I am super grateful for that. Our fall semester theme for 2020 is finding our new normal. I love that phrase because there is a bit of normalcy, and I know maybe it's just me because I'm in the middle of a transition and moving to a new city, but maybe you're in the midst of a transition in your life too, and it often feels like the waves are really rocky, right? It often feels like you don't necessarily know what's coming next. But there is a sense of normalcy in where we are. You know, we're coming back into the habit of school. There's a sense of normalcy there, but the truth is it's not going to exist like it ever did before. And so it's very new. And so as we learn what it means to have a new director, and as we learn what it means to be in the midst of a pandemic in a place where people live in close proximity to each other, as we learn what it means to wade through some of the political strife in our nation, we want to find the new normal. And we know one thing, that our guiding light in that is Jesus Christ. You know, when I think about finding our new normal, I think about the early church, particularly in the book of Acts. Can you imagine being a disciple at that moment? You had just followed Jesus. Many of them had given up their lives, their jobs, their family to follow this man who was then murdered by the state, dead for a couple days, and then came back. And then in Acts 1, he says goodbye and he rises into the heavens. And there's the church, what would be the church in the next chapter, sitting there wondering what's next. And I don't know about you, but that's how sometimes I feel in the midst of it. There is normalcy coming. They still have each other. We still have each other. But it's not going to look like it did before. And I just want to use that as a guiding light as we continue through and finding our new normal. What does it look like? We don't know, but we're expectant. What does it feel like? We don't know, but we're expectant. Is it going to be strange or weird? Yes. But we're going to find our new normal. And just like what happens in Acts 2 and throughout the rest of our New Testament, God designs and builds a church out of a people searching for a new normal. And God's going to do that in this place with this people. I know it. So we're on board. We really hope you are on board. We really hope you will pray for us, that you will stay active with us in social media, and you will share the good news and the good work that's happening here at the Wesley Foundation at FSU and TCC. So until next time, thank you for joining us for just a few minutes. We love you and we are praying for you as well. All right, bye-bye.